Welcome back.
Hi, my life is a mess. Welcome to the shit show.
Aren't we all?
I just realized that.
I'm just doing random character trivia.
There's a flower called the obedient plant. Why?
Yes.
I want to see what this flower looks like.
Why?
Yes.
It looks very nice, but
Oh, it is so pretty.
yeah, it's called the obedient plant.
Huh? Huh?
And yet, in the cultivation notes for it, it says it can be aggressive and dominate a landscape. There's nothing obedient about this plant.
Who said the plant was obedient?
The-
Yeah, maybe it's
the-
making other things obedient.
God.
Did you guys do a recap? Everything exploded
did.
on my end.
Oh,
My
yeah, we did.
computer wanted to commit die, so
Yeah, I did most of it, or I did a decent amount of it, and I was assistant for the first half.
Our dad did all of it spectaculously.
Bug Dad is
yeah.
nowhere to be found here.
You guys
Bad
The
Elmo
old
did
moon
it.
now.
flew, found trouble.
Wolpa's favorite flowers are water hyacinths.
Ah.
bit.
I'm realizing now the trouble was each other. You guys had the whole powwow. I remember now. The storm ate you.
Nom, 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 nom.
Well, you guys conquered the storm actually, so at least there's that, right? No one died
Yeah,
to
the lawnmower.
lightning. Yeah.
Okay, we already talked about that.
Nice.
We
You
got bullied.
got bullied for the gauntlets that you didn't have. And
Yep.
when you landed, everything was fine. It's fine.
having a good time.
Drakar found their father, who is still doing boat things. And then you, you met the person who was getting the boat.
Yee.
No, whether or not that's a good thing, well, that's objective. I'm clicking things as fast as possible. Yeah, we kind of left off at a really odd part. You guys were there. You guys had a chance to interact with Drakir and meet him, as well as Omu, who is yet another traveler. And you got to admire the craftsmanship of Drakir's abilities. One thing that was not publicly stated, but what you guys would have known in character visually, is that Drakir does appear to be relatively in decent health by comparison to some of the other Dragonborn who are very sick. So you were not having any concerns or anything like that upon seeing him. I mean, past the part of him missing an eye and part of one of his horns, but that that's fine. That's just part for the course for the Dragonborn. The part that was not covered during last session was Arelen took Bertha with her, of course, to go meet the Jar, who they are hoping to contact about helping the situation at hand. And a sneaky rogue took off with them.
Sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky.
Oh yeah, I did have something I wanted to ask for the sake of convenience.
Yeah.
Just because, well, currently the only person that doesn't speak it is Vingo. Could it be assumed that like one of the people that does speak it just like translates that way they're just not sitting there during draconic conversations?
I
Yeah.
can cast comprehend languages.
Um,
I don't
about to
need your
say-
pity.
Omu can
That doesn't let
translate,
you.
but I don't know if anybody
thinking-
wants Omu to translate.
There's just like Drakar translates, but like if that could just be done like passively, so I don't have to repeat everything that's been said over and over.
Yeah, we can say that you're kind of interpreting. I would say it's about as much of an interpretation as what comprehend languages would give, which is like bare minimum, very broken, general
Context
rundown.
clues. You read between the lines. I get it.
context clues. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, if they take out their
Um,
weapon, they just want to give you a high five.
Yeah, heard.
Just so like, because I highly doubt that everyone's prepared for you to fully repeat everything that is said if there's an entire conversation going on.
Yeah,
No, that sounds like a very good use of our time.
Absolutely.
Repeat everything word for word.
especially because Drakar's grasp on common could be much better.
I am in D&D Beyond in the maps. So if you want to go see the super cool map that I just did of Taloskal, I will put that up here on the
Every time it passes through my screen, all I can hear is the like stereotypical eagle scream.
Yep.
Mhm.
Be blessed.
Rah.
The Vigo is always watching.
As long as Beagle is on the map, do I get advantage on my perception?
You wish.
I wish. God knows Omu needs help on his skills. Oh.
Snowblind, flashbang.
My eyes. I recognize those
We're
lines.
missing a specific dragon. Where is my friend? There she is.
Jesus, just on a house.
Just lands on a house. No, I'd imagine you guys probably landed somewhere over there, so she's just hanging out for the time being. Oh my god, though, I wish I did put a filter on this because this thing is bright.
Yeah, we're good.
Got lit up like
I
a
for the week.
frick fracking Christmas tree.
Frack.
All right. Cool.
Hell
So
yeah.
you guys
That's
were
a good Omu ship.
that's a ship built for an Omu.
That's a ship built for an Omu and a ghost crew.
God. Good luck with that. I'm still not sure how y'all are gonna pull this one off, but
We're gonna figure it out. If Omu can find a way to walk here.
yeah,
We just need some pixie dust.
you're gonna need a lot. You're gonna need more than a little.
Well, that's why you add faith and trust.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. Oh wait.
Too many movie references,
Hey,
guys.
wait a minute.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh, let me.
I'm
Y'all don't need to
going
see his last name. It's okay.
Oh, do you not like your name being so long?
Yeah, that's too long.
Looks at name tag. Oh, I just watched it vanish.
I want to be the pink girl. I am the pink girl.
Why don't we do this so it's
Really,
not
this is like somewhere out here.
pressing.
This is where Snowball action was.
It's like it's just the potato. Otherwise known as
Potato.
Thurkaz. Just
Right now that I know you're not a real thing that can actually disappear, it's full game.
A potato.
A potato.
Oh, that's right. Potato is their cat.
Yeah. I definitely could make a minor character sheet for him, no problem, because he was an old character of mine.
How loud is this gonna be in my ear hole?
Ear hole. I like how when I click on the monsters tab of the token browser, until I like start doing some fucky shit, the only thing that ever pops up is a potato and an aboleth. Just
Yeah.
Oh,
That's because that's the only things I have direct.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works because it says monster token isn't in the DM's content library. How?
I don't know, but then like give it a second, and then I've got all
Yeah, and
kinds
it'll
of things in
suddenly
here.
shit out some dragons.
Yeah, you want some dragons? I got dragons in here.
I can hear the ghosts.
Fucking random. Yeah, you have to have like every single fucking book to use any of it, which is kind of lame. But cool. So let me give you my lizard
shit.
pointer.
Ox.
Rocks.
Box.
Ox.
We got friends over here. And the friends over there are having a conversation. Seamus did, I talked to him. Seamus did, in fact, use comprehend languages just before sneaking away over here to try to
Nice.
listen in. So, they will get some information. Not a ton, but they will get some.
Spy over here.
Ooh, that's why. Whoops. Oh well. I'll figure out what all those tabs were later.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so yeah, the first thing is we'll go listen in to whatever they're talking about, and you guys will get to listen to it because more than likely Seamus will sneak back over and have a conversation with you guys and pass you along a few of the words before Arelen comes back to talk to you herself. So Seamus would spot Arelen and Bertha go in. He would kind of see Bertha follow, but briefly within like a moment or two, he would see Bertha come back out and stand outside. Unable to tell whether or not it was like Arlen saying like, "Hey, wait outside," or if it was just maybe they were told. Who knows? Kind of hard to catch. So Arlen goes inside, and the Czar's sitting there at his desk. And she says, "Greetings, Czar. I am Arelen, High Elf of Sylvanas. I am aware of your traditions and customs, and I understand that there are specific protocols involved with your way of life. I mean no disrespect. However, I fear that there is an ever-pressing urgency on the matter. Your people are suffering greatly, and I am prepared to bring you a cure." As Seamus is kind of watching through the window, he like it's like a tennis match, right? Like angrily looking back and forth at the two very confident and commanding faces. But the Czar just kind of like barely looks up, like kind of he looks like he's been disrespected. But in response to that, he says, "Miss Arelen, you seem to be misinformed. Our shamans have been hard at work finding a cure. We have no need for outside help." Yes, but I know that the cure has not been fully made here, and I possess it already.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Oh, that's right. They did say that Discord was going to eat them. Um,
I had rabies.
Not
I'm
the
so sorry.
babies.
I'm sorry.
uh,
My Discord hates a couple of you guys. Very strange.
I pay good money for Discord, okay?
just
Not
disrespects you.
enough.
Apparently not enough, yeah. Please,
About to
I
end it.
mean no disrespect. I just want to be able to help your people. And why would I even trust an outsider like you? I know nothing about you, or where you come from, or any proof of what you're saying to be true. Because I'm willing to devote the rest of my life to your village. I can be your personal aide. I can offer protection of the village. In what way? I have a dragon. Arlen kind of stands a little more confident, and at this point, Seamus is like sitting there staring like intently at the jar through the window, like, how are you gonna handle that one, bud? Arlen is visibly, she stands up a little bit more straighter and is even more confident than when she entered. And not just one, but 2 dragons. And these are sacred to your people, are they not? The Tsar is hesitant, of course. They are our ancestors. But they do not, that does not mean that they are in any way obligated to us. He stands up and hobbles around the desk there. We are a secluded village that likes our solidarity. We rely on ourselves and have done so for many years successfully. We have no need for you or your dragons. Now, if you will excuse me, I have another meeting. And at this point, Arlen is not very pleased at the outcome of this conversation. But before, like, as Seamus is kind of like reading it on her face, like she wants to say something nasty for sure. She holds her tongue, bows her head again before exiting and giving like a real pleasant thank you for your time. She leaves the hut and she can be seen kind of like chatting with Bertha there, making a couple comments. And it is in common, and it does not seem to be pleasant, but it's kind of just a basic rundown of everything that had just happened. And I would say that let's see, we're gonna have Seamus come back and tell you guys, or if you want, knowing him, I know he would want to stick around for this other meeting.
Yeah, he would. He's lucky that blessing
While
matrix will
comprehend
last an
languages
hour.
is still up, you know.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting here just like, wow, if only someone could have, I don't know, told her that would be the result, because I don't know, it's almost like they've been alone for 2,000 years. Almost like someone knew that in the party.
What? No.
Yeah, so it would probably it wouldn't take super long before Arlen and Bertha would meet you guys back over there. Essentially, I mean, they would be looking for you anyways, but
I'll come back.
can I move this? Can I move that? Oh, maybe. She kind of mentioned at first, you know, like the czar doesn't seem to want to help any of us, or doesn't want help. Is there any particular reason for that? And while saying that, she'll be addressing you, Jakar.
My people have been in solitude for over 2,000 years. We're not exactly accustomed to strangers in general, but also we are a people of pride. We're not exactly like we aren't we aren't solid in our stance all the time. So that's what kills people. But to his credit, you did kind of show up out of nowhere talking about the cure and didn't have a whole lot of like. It's not that I doubt you, but you have to admit, if you've been alone for 2,000 years and the Jarl's like 500, and all of a sudden someone shows up talking about the cure that they don't actually have direct or at least showable evidence of, it's a little hard to take that at face value.
Then you would expect. You can expect us to, or at least, well, she says us, she means her and Bertha, essentially. Not really even Bertha, but you can expect that I will still attempt to help your people.
So
She seems visibly frustrated by that, by the way. Like, she's not getting something out of it, I guess.
Yeah. I probably should have told you that the whole your whole taking up a position of power thing is a little more difficult here because the way we handle things are unorthodox, to say the least. You may be able to sway the Jarl, but next time it may not be the worst idea for me to come with you, because I can at least somewhat attest to character here. Again, I don't actually know if you can cure. I'm taking your word for it, but forgive me for being the slightest bit skeptical of the fact that I haven't seen anything yet.
Where the hell are you going?
To my dragon, not my dragon. To our dragon.
Oh yeah, you can't be the one that types "our dragon" in chat and then says "my dragon."
Sorry. My friend.
Also, did you bring up the dragon thing as leverage?
Barlios? Oh, I was like,
no, it's a
not as leverage. However, because at this point, the reason why I ask where the fuck Berlioz is because Arelen would have looked for Berlioz to point out that they have seen their healing abilities. Wow, how convenient for everyone involved.
Yeah. Did you bring up the dragons? Or dragon, rather?
I mentioned that yes, Felicity is with us.
Okay, so again, in retrospect, I probably should have told you about the fact that dragons are a little different here, mostly because we're accustomed to the incredibly territorial white dragon, which isn't very pleasant to be around, and aside from the mountain god, we don't have any others. Well, there's a chance they're walking among us at any given moment. A lot of half dragons, so. Also, I don't know if he knows what a copper dragon is.
I didn't mention what type of dragons. Just that we have one with us in our party.
Yeah, I may not be the worst idea to specify because withholding some information may not be favorable.
This
How much
white
information
dragon.
do you think we're beholding if she's just right over there? Couldn't anyone just look out a uh, a window and know exactly what kind of dragon we've brought?
Okay, so the tribe has been in isolation for 2,000 years. All right, a lot of information gets lost, especially if you don't need it, including the cast of the different dragon types. The majority of people here only know white dragons because that's what's been in their lifetime. Like, our oldest elders were still born after the isolation began. So, like, they can see it's a different color, but they don't know what that means. I didn't know what that means initially.
Okay. But they didn't flee in terror or come marching out with GIF or however they might respond to a white dragon?
Typically, our response is we leave it the hell alone unless it's actively bothering us.
I see.
It's only trying to survive, but if it threatens our survival, then we need to kill it. That's roughly the extent of my people's perception. And, well, Felicity isn't exactly threatening anyone, so I'm gonna leave it to their own devices.
How often do you see these white dragons here?
What season is it right now? Out of character.
Blue Jay, what season did I say it was?
It's fall.
It's fall.
I mean, we typically see them. They tend to appear mostly around late fall, early winter when things are beginning to get cold, because food grows even scarcer, and so they travel farther. So, yeah, the season's not super far off. Typically, it's associated with ice cutting season.
So you're getting close to like that late fall situation.
Yeah, I mean, by my guess, we're not super far from it, but it'll probably still be a few weeks before we start seeing signs of white dragons passing. And even then, most white dragons will stick to themselves because they don't really care. Unless one's really desperate, they typically avoid here.
Interesting. Your people have been secluded, yes, for 2,000 years. How long have your people been here in general? Do you have any kind of notion on that?
So I don't know the exact time period because, again, we didn't exactly keep count for a while. However, by my guess, it's, I believe the eldest of our elders had said something like the isolation has lasted a fifth of the time we've been up here. So I don't know.
Interesting. She'll walk away and mumble something under her breath. But as for Seamus and him not being here during this entire thing of his reconnaissance, his reconnaissance mission. Well, there is a familiar face that enters into the office, and it does not look like a Dragonborn, which is arguably concerning.
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah. This individual walks in and sits down And through bits and pieces of what Seamus is listening to and the Draconic that is being exchanged, it seems like the Jarl is not intimidated or offended by anything that this individual is saying. Or doing, quite frankly. Which is so far the opposite direction of what he just witnessed through the window. That Seamus is probably more concerned than when you guys arrived. Because the individual who is there, they seem to be almost like laughing and joking and having a good time. However, Seamus, as he's watching, he sees the Jarl cough something vicious.
Yeah.
And there is no concern that spreads on this guest's face. But he does, pat him on the shoulder like everything is gonna be okay. We're actively working on fixing things. Not just for you, but for me, for everyone involved. And Seamus is just absolutely beside himself. Like, how the fuck these people don't do this. This doesn't make any sense. If he was willing to shut down a perfectly good answer to all of his fucking problems right now to a complete stranger that is not from here, and then do a complete 180 with an individual that shouldn't have any reason to be here, something is very wrong. Damn, it's more fun when he does it. When he's here and I can scare him, first. I'll still send him a picture, but I'm kind of just gonna leave you guys on the cliffhanger with that for right now. Let Seamus himself be the one to tell you what he saw.
Whore.
Swear to God, if it's like Seer or something, press.
Imagine.
You
Seer manifests and makes his way here. Damn, I just realized Echo's not here, otherwise he'd be sweating. There it is. Jesus. Cool. So we pan back over to you guys while Seamus is collecting himself and trying to figure out how any of these pieces are fitting together. Arelen is still kind of probing at you, Jakar, but you can tell the wheels are turning. She's trying to manifest a plan here. Asking more questions along the lines of your traditions here. It's clear you guys like what you do here, and that's totally fine. She's not trying to harm or change anything like that. She doesn't want to do that, but she does feel obligated now that she is here to help as many people as possible. Are you willing to help her do that?
I mean, yeah, I kind of have to, as both someone who's a part of this fight, but also these are my people, and as it currently stands, you're, as far as I know, the only shot we have. So, yeah. I can definitely do what I can.
Perfect. And the first thing we should worry about is where we are going to stay the night. I don't suppose you still have a home here that would or know of a place that would accommodate the rest of us?
Yeah, I still have a home. It should be able to fit everyone, but it's important to know that certain concepts weren't retained here, like beds or multi-room homes. So it's like camping, but under a roof.
That sounds horrid.
Well, it's the best you've got unless you want to be out in the cold. Unfortunately, we didn't have the resources to really indulge in a whole lot of luxuries.
Bertha from behind Arlen is just like, I don't know, sleeping on a cold floor seems just about as cold as sleeping outside.
No, I never said there was a cold floor. There's one thing that the architecture is good at, that's retaining heat. And I guess Drakar will start leading the way to his home. He hasn't been in it for a while. However, he doesn't live alone. Just whether we'll meet her or not, it's well, it's bound to happen. Because one way or another, his daughter will find him.
Everyone's passive perception, just out of curiosity.
16.
15.
16.
Okay.
Oh,
Great
she's
job.
driving. Oh. Wow, Sonia. 10 out of 10. Unless you fuck up my order, and then it's a lot less.
Don't do it. Don't fuck up the order.
You got it, Sonia.
We're trusting you.
She is coming down the street.
It's in your hands now.
Come on, Sonia, don't mess it
It's
up.
up to you.
10, 9, 8, 7. I don't know how to do math. 7, 12.
Are you mapping?
That's 9.
Yeah, if you want, I can describe what Drakar's home looks like when we get there.
Yeah, sure. Where are we traversing? Lead the way, Sarah.
Yeah.
I just
So,
forgot Cybele is also with us, but not with us.
so Drakar's home. I'm just gonna drag him all the way because he lives in like this area, right?
Mhm.
So a bit farther away, and still somewhat close to the court, to the coast. But his home. So a lot of the architecture here looks like it's been partially sunken into the ground.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually really hard to see some of the houses because there's a lot of snow on top of them. Some of them are almost completely buried aside from a visible entryway. Drakar's definitely is more like that, with just a sort of large wooden door that's probably a bit too tall for some people. Like, Seamus probably couldn't reach the thing to pull it open. But as per the interior, the most notable thing is the large sort of hearth and fireplace in the back with an active fire still in it. Not a whole lot in terms of furniture. There is like a sort of bench where a bunch of tools are, but aside from that, it's a pretty open space. A lot of the ground is covered in the closest equivalent would be like fur rugs and stuff, but it's essentially something that, aside from the wood floor, these sort of build insulation. And shockingly, despite how cold it is outside, it's very warm inside of his home.
Nice.
It's large enough to fit everybody except maybe Felicity in her dragon form.
What?
No.
What do you
Not
mean?
Felicity. What do you mean?
Oh, this is my home.
Omu would kind of just look at it and go, "It's lovely."
I just
You
like this
mentioned you
idea
don't
of like,
live alone.
where the fuck has Omu been this entire time?
Oh, Omu is right now just in hardcore like information gathering mode.
I just mean like since you've been here for the last couple months.
Oh, most of the time, Omu probably would just be near the coastline, near the ship. He hasn't been sleeping indoors. He knows that he bothers people because of his companions.
Yeah.
So
Every
he
morning,
primarily
wakes up,
just
takes
keeping
off
to
the eyes.
himself. Yeah. He hasn't almost died, but he gets very cold at night. But he's been content.
No.
Also, is Berlioz back with us or no?
Oh, absolutely not. He's been with Felicity.
Yeah, I thought so. I feel like Drakar would only now take note of like, well, one of us is missing. What? I give them simple rules. I don't think what I said was complex.
Now you understand how Berlioz' family feels.
Well,
Basically.
if you all, also, I think Volpa, you got cut off in your statement. What were you originally saying?
So, you said you don't live alone. Is there anyone here? Who should we be expecting?
At some point, my daughter is likely to show up because she also resides here.
And how will she react to half a dozen fleshy, non-draconic people spread at home?
She's going to likely have a lot of questions. However, if you're worried about her being hostile or defensive, she won't be. Just be prepared to answer a lot of questions. Anyway, I'm going to go find Berlioz before they freeze to death or have someone start talking to them and get confused when they don't seem to understand anything.
While we do this, I will be right back.
Yep. Wander off to go find Berlioz. Potentially get hit with the missile knows where it is.
Should the rest of us stay here in your home without her? Would you rather send someone else off to retrieve our at home for your daughter's return?
In all honesty, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, I'm just saying that I feel like you guys would prefer to be in the warmer environment, and I can tolerate being out in the cold.
I've been content outside.
Still, I also feel compelled to not make you all do anything to our guests in my life. So, also, if anyone can find Berlioz, it's me. Mostly because I can smell the glitter and issues with family from a mile away.
Damn.
Are new. They don't have glitter in them.
You're lying.
These are a pair of shoes that he probably bought years ago and never wore until now.
Yeah. Glitter never goes away, though.
don't even know
So
how you
it's
got
like-
access to glitter.
You live your entire life out of a backpack and have managed to keep a pair of shoes unworn for several years.
Oh no, they don't live
Yes.
out of a backpack. They live out of a magic hat. It's essentially a
Mhm.
mall in there.
At least that's what the grung that put his head inside of the hat said.
Where the fuck?
Aurelius's head is not small enough to fit into the hat to actually know what's inside the hat.
And I love how the party all has some like random quirk about them. Like Berlioz's hat, which was originally just like a bag of holding, but for clothes, and has evolved
It was
into
a closet.
this.
No, it's a
The
mini
closet
van.
of holding. Or Drakar's random ability to vanish from sight, seemingly out of nowhere, in return with an entirely different outfit. No one's figured out how he does it.
It's all in the
Just
hat.
ordered some panda.
Yeah.
It's me.
So, I guess Drakar is going to find Berlioz.
Yep. Because they've disappeared once more.
Yep.
It's literally with Felicity just pulling out things from his hat again, scarves, mittens, jackets.
For a
Blankets.
large dragon.
Does
He's trying to cover up every limb.
does it take very long to locate Berlioz and Felicity? They're not
Probably
well.
not,
Clearly,
because
Felicity
they're
isn't hard to
where you left
locate.
them.
But is it hard for Drakar to find them?
No, they're where you left them. Well, where you left Felicity.
Baby voice changers.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey,
Where's
voice-
the... Oh, I slapped the button, didn't I?
Oh,
Sorry, the chicken got aggressive.
I see.
I was messing with the voice changer.
oh my lord.
Shit got malevolent. What the fuck?
So,
I'm a little
anyways,
scared.
Felicity attacks. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no.
This is my
Felicity.
vicious die.
Even though Berlioz is not where you left them, Felicity is. So
Yeah.
they had told you that they would stay there to rest up. So
Yeah. Drakar will go over, and I assume find Berlioz there as well, so that's where Berlioz has stated they are out of character.
Oh, Felicity, I'm just saying, it's probably gonna get cold, so I'm gonna just keep covering your limbs.
You're alright. Hey, Berlioz, Drakar says, walking over.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you remember the small list of rules that I told you not to go against?
Not to flirt with your daughter, which is totally covered, not a problem. Not to flirt with your dad. I'm doing the best I can. I didn't say anything.
Okay,
The wisdom
well,
saves. I've been getting really close to failing them.
For a clerk.
the two I was a bit more concerned about was don't wander off without me.
I didn't do anything. I'm just with Felicity.
I,
God, you
okay,
think
I
I'd like
understand.
burn down a whole village?
No, it's more just the fact that, again, our customs are different and we typically settle things through physical violence. Now, I've taken the others to my home where it's far warmer. Would you like to join them or not?
Oh, can we have Felicity come?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they'll fit in that form, but if they have enough strength to change, they're more than welcome to just stay in my home.
oh yes, I do intend on changing back to my human form as soon as I'm capable. As soon as I can find. There it is.
exactly.
I can't change back. I can't change back.
I mean, you can come and hang out by my house for the time being, then. Still in the outskirts.
Oh, she's good. She rolled an 11.
Sick.
Well, good enough.
Yeah. All right. I guess Drakar will bring both of them to where his house is, just so they know.
Okay, cool.
That's a bit of a trek.
Makes things a little bit easier. Bit of a trek. It was further for you to climb all the way over back over here.
You're just being difficult. Let me be difficult. Do 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 do. Hi.
Yeah, I mean, you heard the description, and it's much warmer inside than outside.
In the time since you've been gone, a veritable nest of bedding and pillows and everything have been pulled out of Volpa's bag and just pile in a significant chunk of warmth, occupying just a ridiculous amount of floor space.
I love that. Everyone who was inside the cabin before Drakar came back, if you were, roll me a perception. As I would presume, most of you were probably looking around anyways. Respectfully.
Hell yeah, Omu, get it. Hell yeah.
Receive it all.
Nice +5.
Yeah, you rolled less than your passive.
Yeah.
+5 and you rolled a 14. Who are you, Esteban?
Oh no. Esteban is if you roll with advantage and get like 2 3s.
I do have a +4 to perception though, and I never ever make use of that.
In some place like the Maw, it's awful. Didn't you pick up alert though? You picked up alert.
Yeah, I had to. That one wasn't even negotiable. I literally had to burn a feat for that.
Change alert to just PTSD.
Yeah?
No wonder you can never fucking see the caretaker.
Never.
Ross, Samantha, pick up that panda. Oh, sorry, I'm not muted.
No. What did you say?
I said yes, Samantha, pick up that panda.
Samantha and Sonia, they're on it tonight.
At this point, Panda should make me a brand ambassador with how much I drop advertising.
Yeah, I'm realizing now this is a common occurrence when we're streaming, huh? God.
There's even a quote dedicated.
So neither of you guys quite make the perception check, which would have been not impossible for either of you, but I would say that like while Whoopa is like creating their big beautiful nest of things, getting comfy, they would have almost for a second thought they had like heard something like a shuffler, like something move slightly or a knock over, you know, something. It's always the stupid like housewarming sounds, you know.
Must have been the wind.
But after like, you know, checking around the place, because it is like a relatively open room, like there's not a whole lot going on in there. You don't see anything. You kind of just don't.
As part of unpacking, actually, if there's at least 10 minutes while I'm at it, I'll also ritually cast alarm.
Oh god.
Ooh,
Just while
okay.
we're in the process of unpacking, spreading out pillows, blankets, and then lining the exterior of the room with like a spool of silver thread that
Okay, that's fun.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think Omu
This
was
bear-
probably getting ready to ask like, why are we doing alarms in the town? But
oh
and Pearly is just immediately
Slams the door open.
no, you are one of the people allowed.
Rev up,
You wouldn't set it off.
rev up those fryers. Alarm sound. I always envision it like the fire alarm screech.
Yeah, I think Omu will ask though. He goes, "We are in a town filled with non-hostiles. Is there a
What-
reason you are setting a perimeter?"
Well, there's little else for me to do right now, and we
You-
have been warned repeatedly that the people here solve their problems with violence. So if anyone arrives to solve a problem with anyone else, we shall be.
I suppose, but asking the owner of the home to set that perimeter would be a courtesy, yes?
I don't understand. I've warded a home against intruders. That seems as though it is generous.
Hmm. Have you seen his daughter? Do you... Will it go off if they intrude?
Yes.
Hmm. Omu will just step outside.
Oh, do not be alarmed. It is a silent telepathic warning. It will not sound for the rest of you.
Hmm. I don't know much of magic, but all right.
Would you like to look through my book?
I have tried. Not yours, but magic has never been my strong suit.
Our navigation, hand-to-hand combat, mediumship. Do you have any abilities related to spirits beyond those of your boon companions?
No. They are companions. I know magic of that kind. Most of my skills are of the martial variety.
Ah, I see.
Kind of gestures to his halberd.
Yes, I lack any form of formal weapons training, so that is noteworthy in of itself.
To each their own. We all have our specializations.
Yes.
Just sit down, waiting for movement, just in general. Not like on alert, but just waiting for more people to show up.
Hmm. So glad you guys can't hear me like munching away back here. And there's like just enough
What do
barriers
you
of suppression.
mean?
Because I'm just like going ham on these rangoons real quick.
Berlioz has got the zoomies.
Yeah, he does. He's so happy it's cold again. He never wanted to admit it, but he did not like the heat.
No. Not even a little bit. Oh, you mean like the detour when we went back to that one place? No. Any of it. It was too much. Outside. Even the beach episode. Arguably too much. So as you guys are approaching back, and Omu is sitting there, posted up outside.
Yeah. He's posted up in the way that he's just sitting there. Like, there's no alertness in his behavior. He's just sitting there. He looks very similar to what he did when he was over at the ship. Just kind of chilling.
Just kind of hanging out.
Just sit and do nothing, huh, bud?
Yeah, well, you see Thurkaz looks over. I wish I could grab both tokens at once, but alas.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could just like mass grab all of you guys sometimes. Yep.
Yeah, no, Homer's just holding a conversation with Thurkaz just randomly.
It's a one-sided conversation.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
you can
it
see.
is
No,
two
that I can
ways.
As you arrive, I would. This is hard when they're both not here, but
How unfortunate.
we can suppose that Cybele and Seamus are collaborating on artificer things.
Dangle,
While Wopo waits
gadgeteers.
inside. Drakar, would you like to roll a perception?
Of course. 22.
Hell yeah.
20 for funsies. Yay! I see nothing. I just want to go back outside.
We're still outside. I don't think we've gone in yet.
By technicality,
great.
you're still outside, yeah.
Fantastic. Carlos is seeing if Drakar's really watching.
Yeah. Shkar keeps looking over, like, stop. Quiet.
Settle down.
But there's so much to do.
We have time. I'm not going anywhere fast.
Drakar, you catch something at the corner of your eye coming from what looks like behind the house.
I see.
Are you moving to investigate?
Yeah.
You go and follow to the what you saw to the back of the house. And as you round the corner, you there's nothing there. Which further begs time to fully investigate. You begin looking high and low here for a moment before in a split second a shape jumps off of the roof of the house. And the next thing that you can know, that you can tell what's happening is you're tumbling backwards by the roof attack And as you open your eyes, as your back is now on the ground, is Drakmir on top of you, basically pinning you to the ground.
Is this one of those things of like, because of the tackle because I'm assuming they went a decent distance, it's now visible to everyone outside.
Yeah, you made it probably about 10 feet backwards.
I was just watching.
I mean, it would have been really hard to miss the flying dragonborn.
Yeah.
I think
She had a
Owen's
nice
probably
running
not
start.
too surprised. He may have seen something just while he's been at the village, just be like, yep. All right, let's just let this play out.
Just got slammed, dude.
Yeah, tell me about it.
This has piqued my interest. I have step forward.
I will also say to everyone kind of looking, the Dragonborn pinning him looks very similar to him. Like a bit taller, a bit like not quite as bulky as Drakar, a bit lankier even, and with eyes a little rounder. But they almost look like carbon copies from a distance. First thing Drakar says to his daughters, "All right, this is unreasonable."
But I got you, Papa, and I told you that I would next time that you came back. So.
Yeah. You know what? No,
I'm
I can't
pretty sure
argue.
I would argue, but I was successful.
We'll all get ambushed.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, Drakar will sort of force himself up and force her off of him because despite her being larger, he's still stronger.
She doesn't necessarily like fight you on it, but it is kind of amusing to watch her let you fully be responsible for lifting her up and removing her from you.
Yeah. You know, I had been prepared for a ground attack. In retrospect, I should have thought he would have pulled something.
Yes, and it was even better since your friend tried to put up words first. It was kind of smart of her. Except for, I was already in the circle. So it didn't hit me.
Damn.
I see. That tracks. You've been much better at speed than strength.
Yeah, did you see the distance I got off of the house? That was crazy. Blindly jumping off of the roof of things.
In the spirit, like father, like daughter, blindly charging into whatever fray there is.
Absolutely. Don't even look down first or where you're going. Truthfully, as long as you have your mark, you're good.
All right. I should probably introduce you to everybody.
Yeah.
No, pardon me. Pardon
me.
me. All right. I'll have everyone come inside. Also, again, for real-time size, Drakmir is 8 feet tall. Since she's currently dwarfing Drakar in size.
Yeah. This is probably so weird. Drakar is usually the tallest person in the room all the time.
Yeah.
Coming back home.
Look up at Drakar.
Well, I had to look up at everyone you meet here. The Jarl was fucking huge.
I just want to look straight. Which I never say.
Neck problems.
I just want to look straight. Something I've never said.
Something I will never say on a normal basis.
How tall is Dilios?
5'9".
Small.
Gotcha.
Cute.
Normal.
And normal for what he is.
Small.
Yeah, so I guess Drakar sort of introduced Struck when we were in common, just going, all right, well, for some of you, this has been the long-awaited meeting of this is my daughter. Drakar will just go through everybody's names that he can remember off the top of his head because some people he just can't remember.
So some people are newer than others, so that's fair.
It's what's funny. It's specifically Bertha. He doesn't remember the name of.
Wow, he's blocked that one out from his brain. The whole name and anything associated with it.
She doesn't talk. As far as his brain went, it's like, well, they don't interact with me. I don't interact with them. Don't need it. I got better shit to do, like shrimp.
Or like that other chick named Bertha. Good luck explaining that one, bud.
No comment.
I don't even know if your party knows what happened that night. You were whisked away by a needy Bertha. Somehow, not the same Bertha. That we know.
But anyway, yeah, this is my daughter.
She will immediately greet all of you, as kindly as she can, but it will be in Draconic. Completely negating the fact that not all of you may be able to speak Draconic.
Yeah. Drakar like give loose translations to everyone who can't, aka Berlioz at the moment.
Yeah, well, this lasts. Okay, it lasts an hour, so yeah, you can still hear.
Yeah, Berlioz is gonna be like, I'm not doing this again. Nope. Mm-mm. And he walks up to Jakar's daughter and casts tongues. So congratulations, you can speak common now for an hour.
No, that's one way to settle it.
That's my way of doing
You
it.
chose to cast that on her instead of on yourself?
I think it's only. Hold on, let me look at the wording of it.
I don't want to do the work to get to get Draconic. You're just getting common.
You know what?
You could have definitely just given yourself it.
I never claimed to be a smart spellcaster, okay?
I mean, Seamus also doesn't speak Draconic at all.
And nor does Cybele, so.
Cybele is existing as a robot man who doesn't feel cold, but his joints are not moving the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
A little slower.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
robot.
guess Drakmir can speak common for right now.
She goes to like speak in Draconic, and as she opens her mouth to speak, it comes out as common, and like you see her stop at first, like, what?
Oh god, does it look like a poor dub? Just like
Oh no. I think it's more like she's like uncomfortable, like she's confused on like the voice that's coming out is not the voice that she hears in her head. So,
is that my voice?
like, is that what I sound like?
Yeah, Colin's just kind of like that. You get used to it eventually.
Wow, it's so nice to meet all of you. I realize who this character reminds me of now. Hold on. It depends on if you guys play this game. So like if you don't, then it won't make sense. But it'll make sense to Blue Jay, for sure. I know I could just say who it is, but you guys gotta see like the blind aloofness of this child to really get it.
Oh my god.
That's what she
So
reminds me of.
I know roughly who you're talking about.
A feral child.
I love
Yeah, that-
vintage.
Ah,
This game's not for babies, unless you count me as a baby. But I was a very dangerous baby. You shouldn't
Yeah,
give
that's
babies
right.
guns. I had a gun when I was a baby. I was a very dangerous baby. But she'll greet you all and want you all to come on in, gesture for you all in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so much easier.
I wish you just told me you could do that. It would have simplified everything.
A while ago.
Oh look, I forgot half of the things I have in this thing. It's really big on something else.
All right,
Is it a
whatever.
napkin?
That was the running joke that it was a napkin use.
Every spell they've ever learned is just written on the back of a napkin.
Accidentally wipe your face one day, or like, oh
Oh
fuck.
shit. Now how am I supposed to fucking remember how to fucking set up all this goddamn shit?
Abracadabra stain. Wait.
Something's not right here.
Anyway.
Settling into the house, it's, yes, warmer and far more cozier. You see a Whopa with lots of pillows and blankets and things. Probably look a lot more relaxed than the rest of you do being outside. Well, for some of you. Could be a
Omo probably looks
being enjoying it.
almost more uncomfortable now that he's inside with warmth. He's been outside the cold for so long.
His body is adapted.
His core body temperature is used to being outside of the cold.
Yeah, if you're not careful, you could set your body into shock there, bud.
Yeah, Omo will stick like closer to the door where it's like probably still radiating a little bit of cold from it.
After
Nice
being
nest.
inside for a moment. Oh, are you saying nice nest? Oh, Whoopa?
Yeah, nice nest.
Yes, I've made this home into a. I've ruined it with pillows.
I think
Absolutely.
you've made a masterpiece.
It is a lot of pillows.
No such thing.
You'll kind of see like Drakmir like under her breath say, and what she is still thinking is draconic, and it's like it's a lot of fucking pillows. No, I'm like, we don't need this many pillows.
Your card just loosely leaning over, also in comment. Yeah, tell me about that.
The
You're
problem
being
is that like
outnumbered, Whoopa.
the problem is that like Drakmir's still under the tongue spell, so it still comes out as comment for everybody else.
This is hilarious.
Why have you done this? Why have you forsaken me?
Why have you cursed me?
Yeah.
Was the sickness not enough?
Damn you, Bale. Well, this is home. It's weird to be back. Not that I mind. I wanted to fucking be here. God. Out there was something.
Yeah, you have to tell me about everything you've done this time since you've left.
Well, I should probably start with the most glaring issue of I have a lot of stories, a lot more stories, a lot less limbs. A lot being one down.
Try to open it up, bud.
A lot meaning one.
Look, one is a lot when you only have 5. 6, technically.
It's only a sixth of your extremities.
Drakmir immediately is just like, wait, and then like steps back to like look at you for a second before realizing, what is this? And like kind of like holds your your arm out, the Jakarm, before like trying to like look at it, inspect it, like she's even capable of understanding how this works.
She's looking at it, and all I know that mentally it's just like, yep, it looks like an arm.
Starts pressing where your tendons should be to make a fist. The arm resists.
Yeah.
I don't know, Papa. This is not. I hope you didn't pay for this.
So, Drakar again. He's been told not to do it too many times. This is probably the last time he's ever going to do it. But he does sort of take it off of the spike to reveal that this is not connected to his body consistently.
Oh. A little bit of clapping from Omu.
What a party trick.
Yeah.
What?
Definitely. This is definitely the most jarring of my scars.
What took it? What took it?
A 3-headed dog from hell, I guess.
I think it was the fire plane. No, was it the earth plane? I don't remember actually.
I was unaware there were more. Thought it was just hell.
There's others?
There's
There
4
are.
others.
As you can see, the people around me seem to know more about the outside world than I do. However, Drakar will sort of hold up the collection of teeth he's taken as as trophies. I've won more fights.
You could make so much jewelry out of this.
Yeah. Drakar is just going to sort of talk to Dragmir about some of the scars, and notable for if Cybele and Seamus were here, so only Berlios at the moment. Some of the scars he's talking about are not ones you remember him getting.
I did a better patch job than that. That wasn't me.
This one on my shoulders, the one I got harpooned. That was some point in the trackless sea, though.
Isn't that where they had the bony whales?
What the fuck?
Was that the what?
Something about bony whales. You said something about.
What?
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh,
Drakar
yeah.
rambles a lot of things.
The whale bones. No, that wasn't the whale bones.
Oh, my bad.
No, that was just at some point randomly in the trackless sea. I wonder if at any point Brothers goes, wait a fucking second. But the majority of people I'm here with now are sort of the group that I've been traveling with the longest.
I see. You just came back with so many more people than you had told me about, or at least wrote to me about.
Yeah, some of the people here are newer.
I arrived independently of this group.
Trust me, old man, we know. Everyone in the village has been talking about you.
I know.
I just realized I'm gonna have to go back to Symbia to get my fucking boat. God damn it. Alright.
It's a hard day to be Drakar.
Drakar
Omo just looks off in the direction of his boat that's being built.
Drakar randomly just, my fucking boat!
My boat!
Yeah. Saw a lot of stuff. Made a lot of enemies. We put a war on hold. I got the belt.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, you
And
really
you kind of
are.
like said it. Does it do anything?
It actively makes me stronger and better at killing dragons. Apparently, it's supposed to exist to prevent dragon attacks in whatever area, and then they gave it to me, and then I left.
And then I left.
In a way, I feel like that defeats the purpose, but they made that decision, not me.
Huh. They let you just keep it? That seems kind of valuable.
I mean, I also have a talisman that if at any point a dragon attacks, they summon me back. Be really funny if mid-sentence he just gets dragged to hell.
Hi, Drakar. It was nice knowing you.
It's stupid. I realized. You know what I just realized? There was never a setup to go back to where I was, meaning Drakar's just stuck at the Great Rift now.
I fought your war and he's just standing there and there's like blood all over him. Now what?
Hello?
I wanna go home.
Hello?
What happened to him? He died.
Well.
Oh shit, guess I gotta walk.
Guess I'll just start walking.
Starts to realize how Omu managed to make it here.
If he can do it.
If the Tortle can do it, anyone can.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
You require a shell first.
It's a 1 foot in front of the other kind of situation.
We'll deal with that.
Power of your dead friends and a shell. You two can cross vast distances.
Well, I got one of those things already. Now I just need a shell.
I can't tell if that's better or worse than V. But now that he has the tree highway, arguably,
V is unstoppable.
his old frail body is not holding him back anymore as much.
Vig is literally finding magical tools that he can just. Vig does not need to be. Vig does not matter if it's slow. Vig will just teleport. Just like I forgot something at home. Be right back. Teleports to the other side of the planet. That ability really is insane. No material components.
Well,
Infinite distance as long as it's on the same plane of existence.
I did not account for Shayna's not being here initially. I'm not gonna lie. And he's kind of holding a really important part of the story here right now.
Ah, shit.
I mean, we can continue progressing through, because, like, essentially the next thing is you guys will be able to get a long rest here. And into the next day, Arlen's gonna be kind of bitchy about wanting to begin her crusade to save the ill of this village.
I haven't seen any sick people yet.
So that's really fun.
They're there.
Of all of you, since traveling back and forth around the village here, Seamus, I kind of carved out a little path for him on his way back to you guys. He would have passed by like just about every hut, kind of just taking a look see inside. And he would have told you guys that where's my laser pointer? This hut back here has been its what's the best word for it?
Like an infirmary type of deal?
Yeah.
Like a quarantine zone, essentially, for the sick?
Yep. Quarantine is the word I was looking for.
Okay.
But he would have seen what can only be presumed as any type of shamans in there kind of working their little voodoo. And it seems like whatever they're doing is allowing these individuals to, I mean, this is just him getting a glance through the window, but they seem relatively at ease. Not as much pain, not as much there's a massive amount of fatigue that is just, it's soul sucking to just look through the window, truthfully. But they don't look traditionally ill, I guess is the way that I'm trying to say. So Seamus would have been the first one to point out, maybe not to Arelen, but to at least Drakar and a few of the rest of you, Berlioz, and probably Cybele. And it would be up to Drakar whether or not he would want to share that kind of information with Arlen in the morning.
Yeah.
The music went away.
Yeah, Drakar would, because Drakar already said that he'd help. So he'd share where the majority of the sick are. And also, he'd be going with, because the shamans aren't exactly keen on the new until it's been tried and tested and tried.
So if they don't seem visibly sick, what's wrong with these people?
I have no idea. Like, if I knew, I'd probably be more concerned. All I know is
kind of try to speak up.
What do you know about the sickness that is affecting this place?
Arlen will share that from what she has been able to gather, what is going through here is something that it seems to be attacking the vital organs. And it's horribly aggressive. And kind of like as she's explaining how it kind of, this kind of illness, no one is sure how this disease has been spreading. It was presumed that it is through contact or something of that nature to want to quarantine them in the first place. But whatever it is it attacks their vital organs first, starting with shutting down your kidneys and then your liver, and then moving its way up before your nervous system basically starts to completely poop itself, and before you're you're like mentally going before you physically go, which is probably arguably worse. Because you feel awful. As you are in immense amounts of pain. Which is why I wanted to make sure that you guys are able to understand that at least the shamans are at least able to ease a majority of this pain. They can't do anything about how to fix this certain thing because they're not really sure how it's happening, how it is doing all of this, and how general healing through magic can't fix it. They can sometimes slow it down, but there's no way to definitively cancel it out. And as Arlen is explaining to you guys, Drakar, you're remembering the letter that you received about a shield. And how Drakir had explained in his letter to you that similarly, it was fast. It was abrupt. It came in and it was like they had days with her before she had passed. And Arlen is... This is probably the first time talking to her that you feel like she's sincere about her feelings on the situation, how serious it is for her to help. It still doesn't explain why she wants to help or why it means so much to her at all, but it clearly there's something.
How did you come by all of this information?
That's an excellent question. It was brought to my attention when a similar disease befell my family.
Sorry, no. How did word of an isolated colony, a village separated by great serpents and dragons, how did word of this village's misfortune reach you?
Yes.
Arlen looks at all of you, narrowing her eyes, unsure if she wants to fully share that kind of information with you all, before replying very carefully.
I'm joking.
I cast Zone of Truth.
The last time he did it, he got a little spooked, so.
Last time we did it, we found somebody we didn't want to find, but we did want to find, but we didn't want to find.
Yeah, but we did, but we did, but we didn't.
We had to. We didn't want to, but we had to.
Anyway. Your car is watching.
She narrows her eyes and carefully answers, "What?"
I have associates that keep a very close eye on this place specifically, as well as a few others, of course, as it is his business and it is mine. Well, it wasn't my business until he brought it to me. Because of the nature of this disease and how it affects them. And as I said before, it is the relatively same disease that has befallen my family. He truly believed that I was be able to help these people, and at first, I did not want to, because it didn't concern me. And truthfully, I did try to explain that if this village was full of people who didn't want anyone's help, they weren't going to want mine. But arguably, some possible situations and mediation, I was convinced to try to help. And I'm not completely heartless, okay? I wasn't gonna just let innocent people die, I suppose.
So you
But he did
have
make some
an
compelling
associate.
points.
You have an associate keeping constant watchful eye on the home of one of the traveling laborers who has fallen under your employ? Drakar, did you know that this woman had someone watching your home?
Wait a minute, that sounds fucking familiar.
Huh? Familiar how?
I mean, hmm.
What is it? Are you aware of this associate as well?
I might have spoken a little bit uninspired there.
Well, no, this could be good. We could find out if what is your name? Where are you from again?
Uh, somewhere north. Yeah, and Berlioz. I'm Berlioz. But yeah, no, I think it maybe did sound familiar, but fuck, man, my mind is. Whew. I mean, you see where I keep my spells? I think I just was making things up. I had a bit of a drinking
I'm
problem, but it's a little bit more
telepathically
better now.
send a message to Berlioz and be like, "Are you panicking because you are fearful, or have you made a sincere mistake?"
Hold on.
Insight check. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was a genuine mistake.
What are your surface level thoughts?
Ugh.
Brother,
They're just
ew.
armed.
I turn them off.
I went
No thoughts, head
The
empty.
the elevator music. Um, no, I don't think that I really have a way out of this. As much as he could say he's lying. Obviously, surface level thoughts. His first thought was Sophie. Not that that means anything to anyone new, but
Who
that
is
should.
who is Sophie?
Is that out loud or is that in the brain holder?
Let's telepathic.
Sorry, one more time.
It's telepathic.
Oh, thank God. She was a succubus. We got there.
She was a sad little girl. Wait.
She was a little girl, but then I knew that it was bullshit. So she was not a little girl. She was actually what we found out later on to be a succubus.
And
And she also said that someone had hired her to keep an eye on someone in our group, but I don't know what that means because none of us were able to figure it out.
I see. And you fear that there is some similarity between this succubus and the mysterious cohort of Arelen?
It's seeming like that, but I also have no fucking clue.
Hmm.
I'm just making an assumption. But you know what
I
they
s-
say about assumptions.
That you should follow them until they are proved correct?
Oh, I don't
Oh, sweet summer child.
It makes an ass out of you and me.
Arlen looks over at Wolpa. When you came to me, you mentioned that you also had some kind of associates? Now,
Yes.
I am sure that there's no feasible way that they could be anywhere the same. That would be quite a stretch or a massive coincidence. But
I very much doubt it. Many of my patrons do not run in powerful enough circles to be able to keep an eye on a place like this.
If you don't mind me saying, there is a strange amount of hiding things, it seems. It's interesting that you want to help these people, but what even is your solution? And if your associate, it's strange that they would be here, as from what I understand it, I was the first one to show up within the last however long. None of it is adding up to me, and I don't know who you are. I don't know your capabilities, but in my experience, people who talk about associates have less than honest intent.
I think Drakar, Drakar will first sort of respond to Jarkmir's thing and just kind of go, uh, don't worry too much about that just yet. But Drakar will turn to Arwen. I'd say at this point, he clearly seems the slightest bit agitated. My people aren't going to take vague answers kindly. We aren't a people of secrets. And that's why I need you to be very upfront. Who has been spectating this place and who are you working for?
I'm not close enough necessarily, if that is the right way to say it, to this associate to share that kind of information about them. This is simply just a
Well.
person who would enlist me for specific jobs that may be befitting for an individual like me from a small town. Otherwise, I know nothing about him or her or whomever.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Sure.
want to try, but my insight is shit.
We got you, besties. Don't worry.
18.
Hell yeah, 7.
I can distalize and I can see the light.
Omu spends most of his free time talking to the undead and staring out at the ocean. So
He's. I mean, he's got an objective in life. I don't know.
Arlen rolled a not 20.
Fuck.
Berlioz, you are
Hey,
able
Bessie.
to catch it
Yes.
by not a lot. It was very close.
By enough.
By enough. You catch that clearly she's like what she's saying isn't wrong necessarily. It's just like she knows more about this individual than she's obviously letting on. The part about not being in contact with this individual until it was brought to them by said associate is true. They don't do normal dealings or anything like that with this individual on a regular basis of any kind. But it does seem like they know exactly who this person is. So you could.
To call him out or to not call him out? That's the
I don't know. I
question.
feel like Berlioz is sitting there like, I want to play 20 questions.
So I let everyone continue playing 20 questions while I already know that they obviously don't. They do know more than they're putting on. But I just cut
Even
them
though
in.
Omu failed his insight check, he's like, nah, this is bullshit. I've dealt with enough of these kinds of people before. This is bullshit. I don't know what's bullshit, but I know it is.
Something's bullshit.
Something's bullshit.
I smell it.
I smell it. Smells like bullshit. I don't know where it's
Cetrion
coming
walks
from.
by.
No.
Hey, I
that's
buried
Cetrion.
it.
Oh, fuck. Arlen, can we just maybe have a little bit of honesty here? Maybe.
This is honesty.
No.
I talk to my contact whenever they need me.
Yeah, but you know more about that contact than you're really letting on. Like, can we just cut the bullshit, literally?
I don't know why you would want to cut bullshit,
Okay.
whatever that means, but I can assure you that yes, I know who this individual is, but by releasing their information to you, number one, I don't believe that it would do any good, and number two, it's not my information to give.
Well, it helps establish a rapport when individuals working together are transparent with one another. As it stands, I am not convinced you have the interests of this village and their safety as your foremost priority.
But maybe if you tell us and we can form some kind of trust bond.
A job is a job, yes. But don't think for 1 second that I am not even the slightest sympathetic to these people, because I know what they're going through. And that's not exactly something you just adjust to. Not even somebody like me who appears cold and heartless before you can be 100% non-empathetic.
And yet you said, I believe, yourself, you initially did not even want to help them, correct?
It wasn't so much about me not wanting to help, so much as it was unrealistic. And as the sources presented to me today, or yesterday, as I tried to talk with the RLM myself, my predictions were correct. I'm very much a realist, but I'm also An opportunist.
If you truly cared, realism shouldn't be what stops you.
Which is why I've told your friend here, points to Drakar, that I will continue to help regardless.
And what do you plan on doing? How do you propose to help them?
Don't please, not the blood.
It's so
What?
funny you say that because she was definitely going for the knife. Bertha was about to give her the knife.
No, no, not the blood.
Looks at Berlioz. And then how do you presume I'm supposed to tell them? Or show
You could
them?
just say it. You could just say it.
Yes.
Please.
And
whatever
then
she
you
says, I
didn't
saw
believe
it.
me the last time, and I had to show you.
Look, I saw it. It's real, guys, but please don't make her do it again.
Well, unfortunately, I barely know any of you. I care quite well for this village. They have been kind to me, and as it stands, I am not convinced you are coming with a solution.
If
I'm gonna step outside then.
if I can interject, as someone who's traveled with Berlioz this whole time, and also a resident of this village, I don't know it exactly myself, but if they say it's true, I don't have a whole lot of doubts. Typically, they wouldn't lie about something like this. So I at least have my faith in that. However, as a resident of this village, with my people in danger, I'm not entirely comfortable with the fact that we've been watched. I'm also not entirely comfortable with the fact that I don't know who you're working for. Because for the past few months, we've been dealing with an entire organization that has been hunting the people here for a while. And I'd rather not be dealing with more of them. I don't need a clear answer. I don't need a name. I just need to know that you're not working with the people that we're supposed to be going up against, because that's the last thing I fucking. Are you at all employed with, what were they called, the syndicate or something?
No, not at all.
One last insight check, just to, because Drakar's very tired.
Yeah,
of
at this
whole
point,
back
I mean,
and
she
forth.
would have just absolutely just said, like, I don't know who those people are or what that group is.
Omu fully does not trust this bitch.
I got a nat 1. Can we just?
Famous would technically be nearby.
Yeah, like
Same as, yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay. Drakar's just tired at this point.
Yeah,
Look,
Drakar is absolutely tapping out of everything. He's just like, right, this is a lot. This is a lot to digest. So we've only been back for a day and just
Sort of been. Yeah.
The night was not long enough, apparently. Drakar is still tired. No, I mean, as far as what she says, it's genuine. She doesn't know who the syndicate is, and she's kind of honestly like more bothered that like by how menacing it sounds that you guys would know a name like that.
I'm putting a lot of faith on this. I'm putting a lot of faith in you, because this illness has already claimed one member of my family. I refuse to let it claim any others.
Yeah, he might go berserk if his daughter dies.
Yeah, Omu will look over to Drakar and just go, well, this is your home. I will defer to your judgment. But I'm keeping an eye on you. And looks at Arelen.
I respect that.
Arlen will meet the gaze of Omu before looking back at Jakar one more time to explain. I understand that this is a difficult time for you and your family. And I, same as said to the Jarl, I mean no disrespect by being here or seemingly commanding the operation. I don't mean to take that kind of charge from you all. But I would like to complete my mission in helping you, all of you, in the best way that I can. I understand if that may disrespect some of your traditions here, as they've already dismissed me. But it is part of my objective, so.
The Earl is a bit hard-headed, and, well, in a similar vein to we've been, the slightest bit untrusting. For him, you show up out of nowhere talking about the miracle cure, and it's a little hard to believe at first. But when it comes to our traditions, above all else, we understand that to stay stagnant in belief is to die. Change is a necessity, and sometimes it has to be forced. In this case, that's one of those times.
I would also like to extend a apology in some form. I was unaware that your village not knew about being under surveillance. More observations rather than surveillance, but had I known that, I wouldn't have made it so blatant.
I still don't fully understand why we were being spectated, but that can be discussed later. For now, time is of the essence. If it acts as fast as it did with my mother, then every ill person's got days as a timer.
I will say, like, as you guys have been here now for probably 24 hours, and in that amount of time, there's been very little people entering and exiting the huts, which is very weird for Ujakar, because this is usually a rather lively village for what it is. As lively as it gets with a very small population. But I mean, usually people are, talking amongst themselves, chatting, causing up a ruckus. But there's really very little of it. That's not to say that there aren't still a few Dragonborn that continue on with their daily activities of maintaining the village. It's just not. It's missing that lively spark that it usually has.
Yeah. I think Drakar's going to turn to Drakmir and just kind of say, for right now, given the situation, I want you to stay here. And if you show any form of symptoms, you are to find me immediately.
I understand.
We can't risk. Let's see. I think Drakar. Actually, I think Drakar will turn to Berlioz quick and just kind of go. Does tongues make you able to read?
No, it's a speaking
Comprehend
one.
language.
Yeah, I've got comprehend languages though.
Yeah. How long does that last?
An hour.
If
An
you're willing
hour.
to let me prep it for 10 minutes, then I can
Oh, I can do that
keep
too.
it maintained for a while.
Yeah, there you go. You guys collaborate on it. Let's make it last a little bit longer.
Yeah. So I was going to say, one thing that Drakar has probably brought with him, even though he doesn't talk about it much, he has collected a few books, because even though he can't read, his daughter probably can, unless she's also dyslexic.
Oh god.
No, she has other problems.
Yeah.
She needs glasses.
Well, no, not quite. Yeah,
Probably
that.
why the dismount wasn't super great off the roof. But
Yeah, her timing was a little off. A tick off, if you will.
it's probably why she almost got caught twice. But yeah, it's hard to want to keep running through this missing 2 people.
Yeah.
But the gist I wanted to get was I wanted you guys obviously to meet Drakmir, as well as more of Arelen's plans unfurl.
Daughter.
Yeah, that's how I picture Omu in the back, like, I don't know this bitch, but God, she better be happy she doesn't know me.
Also,
No, right now, Omu has currently, until she has demonstrated otherwise. He's not going to tell the others, but until Arelen has demonstrated otherwise that she is here to help the others without ulterior motives, if she starts doing shady shit, he's ready to put her down. Like,
oh yeah, I'm gonna be so low key. Your card didn't say it because this is unfortunately his people's only hope. However, if it proves ineffective or if she proves to have been lying, the snow here doesn't melt. A body won't be found.
Yeah.
and Omu will make sure that that Arelen, even if it's not through his eyes, if it's at least through Thurkaz's eyes, that one does not exit the site.
Before we fully end the session, though, I want everyone to make a perception check.
All right.
God. Fuck yes. Fuck yeah. I
yeah,
can see
concrete.
Not
everything.
20. God dang.
Fuck yeah, concrete.
Yeah, concrete.
Ooh, I don't like the way it squished this page. Go ahead and roll that. The D&D Beyond sheet looks silly. Oh, okay. Cybel's working on something. Who knows? It's gonna be great. Whatever it is, it's gonna be fantastic.
He's cooking.
He's cooking something. And then we're gonna do one of these. God, why? I hate it. Oh, this man does not do these checks, huh?
Oh my
No,
sweet
he
baby
doesn't.
Jesus.
That's why he's
Okay.
never been able to read through Berlioz.
Home Skittle
Berlioz
as
is like
a
so
singular one attached to that. I understand now why he gives the help action to most people, but these are all independent, so. He got an 18 after that. That's something. Wow. Wow. This makes things so much more fun when it's only one person that sees.
Oh man, why is it me?
Yeah, because I know it makes it more fun because I know that you're not somebody who's gonna impulsively say it out loud. Your character might not, but you catch while you're all having your download essentially for the day, enjoying resting period. You catch something flying outside.
Oh fuck.
I'm just gonna hope it's Felicity.
The fun thing is that when things fly over snow, you get a really good picture of the shadow. Good news, it doesn't look super big. Bad news, it does seem like it's lingering near where you all are.
I'd like to imagine that Berlioz probably had pulled Drakar off to the side to be like, "Hey, so that shit was kind of whack," and then seeing the shadow is like, I don't even think he could decept like his reaction to it.
It is a feathered friend. I will let you know that because of how high you rolled.
Motherfucker!
So it's the griff. It's the hippogriff again. You have mail.
You
Oh no, see.
I
In
hope
my
it's not.
head, my thing just immediately thinks of the Kenku crew.
the
boy.
Kenku crew.
No, but the Kenku can't fly. Remember, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, but the Kenku's cousin is
Welcome to
a
Kindness,
half
the Kenku's
Aarakocra.
This is what happens when you mix all the bird races into a family.
What's happening? Sort of asking.
Bird.
Well, I was gonna point out that I'm not sure how I'm feeling about the whole what she said being very similar to what Sophie said. Do you remember Sophie? Yes.
Maybe.
Oh God.
I remember at some point she was a child, and then she wasn't. That's roughly the limit of my memory.
Well, she said something extremely like almost next to verbatim what she said.
I see.
And if they've been keeping tabs on you and everyone, yeah, I'm not getting a great feeling at all.
I see. I don't know why I'd be interesting to them, but regardless. But you still seem a bit more shaken up than you would typically based on this revelation.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely something lingering outside. And it's flying. I should actually point that part out.
Okay, that's not a great sign.
It's got feathers, so maybe it is a good sign.
No, actually, that's arguably more concerning because,
Oh,
yeah, the stuff out here typically doesn't have feathers.
It doesn't come with feathers.
The only flying thing I can think of would be a white dragon, and they like to walk places.
Right, good.
So I don't know what the fuck is outside.
Do we go? Do we go? I don't know. I don't think I want to actually.
You know what? Scratch that. Just erase everything I just said. I don't want to know anymore.
It's unfortunate because I can
Where's that
send one of my friends to go take a look.
Drakar was just gonna go throw himself at it. Worst case scenario, go gadget snowball.
Cannon launcher, t-shirt launcher.
As everyone knows, ice type is super effective against flying type. I guess Drakar will actually like sort of peek out, see if he can get an idea of what the fuck is above.
Should you look outside, there would be nothing flying immediately overhead. You rolled a 16 on your perception before.
Yeah.
But you would see a bird relatively not. Here, let me see. I have access to a laser pointer. I can show you. look with your special eyes.
My special eyes. My brand.
My brand.
Yeah, it would look like there is a bird sitting about here, looking off in your guys' direction. It'll kind of cock its head a little bit before flying off again. It'll take off. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out.
I'm zooming out too.
Right over your head and take off this way.
We've been spotted.
Didn't Tara mention something about a bird above board?
Should you watch the bird, it will take off this way and kind of do a big Yui. Did Kara mention a bird? I don't know. Kara's not here.
I wasn't told anything about the bird. That's a big ass bird, though. How sizable of a bird is it?
We're talking like raven-sized bird.
Yeah, that's a bird.
That's a bird.
Certifiably. Yep, that's a bird.
That's a bird.
Can confirm,
You know-
has feathers.
Does your companion watch this place through the eyes of a raven?
Damn, just adding us on full there.
Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye. Who
Oh,
did
no.
this?
Oh, it was the bot. I was like,
We're
damn.
Goodbye, everyone.
we're being watched by Odin.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Imagine.
The different Odin, not God of War Odin.
The spiced down one.
The silly one that's killed himself like 4 times to get him stronger. Norse mythology's on some silly shit half the time.
Would Walpa be asking Arlen about their companion?
Yeah, I mean, is at this point, if several people are just watching a bird circle, is I assume the group's attention is on it, just leaning out
yeah.
the front door
Berlioz
and
is, like,
watching back and
behind.
forth.
You all know about
Berlioz
it
is
now?
behind Drakar.
Well, is it just you two looking out the window at it?
I assume so.
Yeah.
So this information was not shared with the group yet.
Fair enough.
No.
Okay.
I mean, Drakar did very loudly say, "Yep, there's a bird." So
That's a good point.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Omu in the back. What?
bird.
I haven't seen a bird.
Yeah, if Omu does hear this, he'd be like, "That's strange."
yeah, tell me about it. Most birds can't survive up here unless it's like an albatross or something. I don't like them.
Could
Damn.
it be a mage's familiar?
I don't think so.
Well, birds in this temperature wouldn't last long.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's
Feelings.
So we would have to be magical, yes?
I mean, I'd assume so. Problem is that my people aren't exactly familiar with the whole concept of, well, familiars. They don't have those.
If
I'm not
Omu
explaining it
could
again.
get here, and we could all get here, isn't there every possibility that there's some nefarious necromancer crouching behind the icy cliffs in the distance, watching us? Or that whatever other people have their eyes on this village are doing so through the eyes of a bird?
I have no idea.
Well,
gonna be-
either of those seem like a bit of a problem.
I feel like my understanding of this conversation is waned very quickly.
In the end, being spied upon is bad.
Wolpa wanders back in towards the huge nest of pillows and just unfolds her book across her lap,
Was a bird.
and ritually casts Speak with Animals.
Officially cast gun.
Um,
Cybele.
Omu is about to ritually cast astral projection. Like,
Berlioz
Otherwise
is just
known
chilling
as-
and watching.
otherwise known as just inhabiting his echo and flying.
it's after about 10 minutes of
preparing to speak with animals. Is the bird still nearby?
If you were to try to look for the bird, it would not be detectable.
Did Berlioz and Drakar lose sight of it?
They would have after it. Hold on, let me zoom back out again.
He hit the edge of the load zone and despawned.
Exited the fucking.
After it would have flown this way,
Getting drawn
and hooked around, it would be presumed they would have lost it somewhere around this mountainous area over there, past where Felicity was. Technically, she's with you guys now. I just don't have a token for her at the moment. We can make her another potato.
Potato.
I don't know why potato's like the only thing that comes up first.
Yeah, I don't know. None of it makes sense. Why
the potato was for something else. Okay. You guys just didn't encounter it.
Encounter the potato.
It's a potato.
With that being said, Felicity's been with you guys this entire time. She just has not. She's struggling to keep up with everything that is being said. You guys have thrown quite a few words at her. She had a basic understanding of why she was here or why we had to go here. No idea why she's involved in it in any way, shape, or form. Why she's supposed to care. However,
her up.
In her brain, the way that she's seeing all of this, and we can end the session here on this, is she is enjoying everything that is happening through interactions with Jakar's family. Meeting his daughter, anyways.
Yeah. I'm sure fucking Drak
yeah.
has so much to say.
I'm sure Drachmy would have been talking her ear off, truthfully, especially if Felicity, if she doesn't offer the information that she is a dragon, unless people usually ask. But she kind of is very like silent in the way of observatory. She loves taking in every single thing that you guys are talking about, everything that's been going on, even if it means absolutely nothing to her. Watching how you all interact with each other is far more fascinating to her than any other kind of mission you can think of. This amount of drama and fear and confidence that exudes from Arelen and all of these different things are very exciting for her.
This is her horde.
Oh, absolutely. She's all about this. She is blissfully enjoying every moment of, apparently, and it would be apparent to her that a lot of people are dying right now. Yeah. She's having a great time. And again, like she, hearing that people are sick, people need help. She's all about trying to help. Again, just fully no idea what the fuck that even means for her in reference to her being here whatsoever. But next session we will have hopefully Cybele and Seamus here. Seamus's sister's getting married this weekend, so that's why he's been MIA. Yeah, congratulations.
Please never fucking say that again.
Where did that come from? I was so caught off guard.
What?
Well, because I was thinking, Wolf's sister's name, who's getting married, her name is Maya.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was like, huh?
Oh,
I was very
what an interesting
confused.
coincidence.
My brain was having a fart, and I was like, "What? Huh? How would? Huh? How would you
Because
know
I
that?"
had no fucking idea. Yeah, I was just making fun of MIA. Jesus.
Yeah, that's the trigger word for Blue Jay, though, because that is their birth name.
Oh, I
That's my
see.
dead name. My name is dead to me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
But yes, we will learn more about whatever the fuck this bird thing is next session. We will find whomstever was brought into the village and was casually talking with the Jarl. We will find out if Drakmir has been up to fun things since Drakar has been gone. And we will see how confident Arelen is in her crusade.
Yeah. Mental note to self for next session. Drakar is required to show his daughter, Miko.
Oh,
Yay!
I feel like in the dressing of Felicity up, because I'm assuming she's back in a human form.
Yes,
in,
yes.
in the dressing of Felicity up, again when he goes for the scarves, the first thing that comes out is Miko. It's like, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Well, I suppose I can only really ask this to Blue Jay since the other two of you weren't really here for the long term, but what'd you think of the reveal? How was the build up to meeting Drakar's daughter?
I think she's gonna break Berlioz's finger the next time he uses tongues on her. Which is a fair response.
That's valid.
Every time you touch them, they're just that much more uncomfortable with your presence.
I see.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to just be a dragonborn? Will that help?
Oh my god.
Look, I'm you people.
It's
that
more.
That might bring out fists faster from not just his daughter. It stole our face. Okay. Kill it.
So, yeah, Drakar would eventually mention this to Berlioz of, again, magic isn't a wholly common thing here, so suddenly casting spells, you know how Drakar feels about magic? Drakmir isn't far off from that sentiment either. She doesn't understand what's happening. She just knows that you're touching her and then something changes.
What have you
It's
done
very
to me?
unsettling.
You've learned English. Congratulations.
I feel great.
Put it back. Put it back.
I don't like it. Dragmir is a very simple creature, but we love her dearly. We're all very simple creatures. We're all very simple creatures here.
We get small pleasures in life. Like what? Like viciously attacking each other to the fight to the death. Huh?
I just like how, for probably the most part, Omu's been completely left alone because people are like, I'm not fucking with the crazy old Tortle that's talking to ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't want my boy to see everything that he happens to see everything because he would have been talking to Omu.
What I find entertaining is that how each of the party members have interacted with the idea of we solve our problems through physical violence. Because it seems like the take is like, oh, it's a fight to the death every time. When in reality, it's just like, well, we can't come to an agreement. We have a little scrap. Okay, I won. And then we go apart with our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, every scrap always ends with you guys like patting each other on the back and having a good laugh about it. While there's just like blood in the snow.
No. It's like, what are they doing? Well, they were arguing over which crop is better to grow. The answer is potatoes, but I think they just want to fight.
What's more reliable? The potatoes or our fishing?
No.
Oh, we're gonna have this conversation again. That's a stupid fucking argument to have. Everyone knows that the fishing is far more reliable.
Also, what the fuck is a potato?
What is a potato?
We haven't invented agriculture. We can hunt, we can fish. That's about our limit.
I do love Drakar being like, you don't actually have a reason to fear. So what's actually making you scared? Even though, yes, Berlioz is actively also kind of terrified about the idea that if Drakar's place is being watched, that also means him
Yeah.
was being watched. And again, it's not that he's afraid of like something bad happening because he's very aware that his parental unit is fully capable of handling it. It's more that he's gonna be like, oh shit, I'm the one that fucked it up, and that's not gonna be a good thing for me.
Where the fuck are they? God damn it. All I
Yeah,
can
that's
imagine now is that someone's been trying to watch Drakar and has either had to witness all of this or keeps fucking losing him as well.
It's one thing after the next.
Yeah. Well, this is an enjoyable session. I hope the lead up to meeting Drakar's daughter was worth the wait. For some of you, it was very quick. For others, not really.
Hi, I'm new. I just showed up. What's up? Hi.
Congrats, you get to know like what's been the longest confusing secret, not secret. This is like a reveal from like remember those gauntlets? Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So for a bit of context on that one, Drakar, so out of character, I had decided to rewrite Drakar's backstory because it felt a little plain and very cut and dry at the time. I ended up with a several page MLA formatted document. But so I decided to give Drakar a daughter, right? However, the party didn't know this until I randomly dropped the fact that he had a daughter in a comment he made to Dondi's character, to Malachi,
Yeah.
after the
Malcolm.
death of his father, which was a comment basically just sometimes you remind me of my daughter, and everyone was like, huh? And nothing came of it for the longest time. lot of information prying from what I remember.
Yeah, that was a good reveal. The changeling thing, sad because it happened too soon. I think
Yeah.
the unfortunate thing is that I feel like everyone above board probably knows Berlioz is shit, so the reveal is no longer gonna be as great.
I
It's like he
think,
has to get the reveal at the sweet spot.
yeah. Mine was random because no one knew what to expect. The DM didn't initially until I randomly dropped it on him. Because that wasn't in the original backstory. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed this session. Alright. I think I am going to take my leave for tonight, though. I'll see y'all.
Hmm.
Ciao.
Good night, goodbye, goodbye, good night,
Good
good night,
night,
goodbye.
goodbye.